In this video, I'm going to show you how to convert an appointment time into the correct time zone based on who the owner of the contact is. The reason why you would do this is because I've noticed that when you try and do various workflow rules and you've got a appointment time, for this example, I'm just going to use the modifier time here. I found that the load script and CRM workflows, they don't correctly convert it into the time zone of the other person. It might be, for example, where I've seen this to be a problem is a CRM which spans across multiple countries, and the home country is in Europe, and then when they're trying to send out appointment reminders to people in the US, it's actually still using the European time zone, which isn't. It's obviously very confusing when the time is way off. In order to solve this problem, what we're going to do is we're going to figure out what the time zone is based on the owner of the contact. The way we do that is first we get the contact data, we find the owner ID, and then we can fetch the user data using zoho.crm.getRecordById users. This is a handy shortcut. You used to have to use a connector in order to be able to get the data out of the users module, but it's now possible just by using getRecordById. We have to finagle it a little bit. It's not in the usual format. Instead of, getRecordById normally only retrieves one record, but for some reason, if we look at what we get back from user response, it's actually a list. And then we have to pull out the first user out of the users list there. You can see it's got a list there, but no major problem. We just have to manipulate it a little bit. I don't know why they don't just give us this bit here. But anyway, what we're trying to find here is the time zone property. You can see here I'm in Melbourne. It gives us, therefore, Australia/Melbourne as the time zone. And then if we want to convert the appointment time, and like I said, I'm just going to use modified time for this example, but you would have an actual field for appointment time. First of all, we have to convert it into a date time. And because it's in ISO 8601 format within the CRM, we have to put in this format here, year, month, day, and then the time. Once we've got it in a date time format, we can then stringify it using our desired format. And what I wanted to have was the short version of the month, like Jan, and then the day of the month, 25, and then the time in 24-hour format. You could also do it in AM, PM format. If you did lowercase h, then I think you do A. You can play around with the date format. There you go. Up to you how you would want to approach it. In Europe, you'd probably use 24-hour format. In Australia or the US, you might be more likely to use 12-hour format. Let's make sure this works. If I modify the owner of this contact to one of my colleagues who's in the Philippines, we should see that the time zone that it picks up is different. It should now use Manila time. Yep, Asia/Manila, and 6:01 AM, which is the current time in Manila. Whereas if I were to change it back, it would show 9 AM. Hopefully this will help you to be able to better work with date times in the CRM. And I personally am very grateful that you can now use getRecordById with users. Makes it way easier.